and Future Generation Computer Science Journal. Now I request Dr. D Doreen Robin to address the gathering. Please, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Yeah, thank you. Yes. So I thank Dr. Devi ma'am and the entire management of Sairam group of institutions for having invited me to give the talk on machine learning modeling. Okay. Happy to see all the students today. So we have 78 participants. Right, so today's session, throughout the session, we'll be communicating using chat, all right? And then whenever you have got doubts, you can unmute and speak. All right, so happy and good afternoon to one and all. To start with my session, we are going to have the next 2 hours on machine learning modeling, all right? How are you today? Okay, you can give your responses on the chat. Let me see. Yes, you are able to hear me? You are able to hear me? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Waiting for your responses. Thank you. Thank you, Ravi Monica. Thank you, Vignesh. Yeah, thank you, Vignesh. I'm fine. All right. I don't know who's this. I'm a Batman. Thank you. Yeah, good. Others. There's so many people here. All right, good. Thank you, Pavitra. Thank you, Pranav. Okay, so during this pandemic situation, okay, if you are able to hear that you are good today, we are very happy that because you know the last month was too hectic for every one of us, especially in India. But God has given us the grace to meet you all through this virtual platform today. Okay, so how many of you have worked on machine learning models or on machine learning? Okay. Yes or no? I want active participation from the students. Yes, you're able to hear? Let me see your answers. No. Ravi Monica says no. I know by your name I could find you're all third year students. Yes, please. Okay, so most of it is no. So today we'll start with the introduction of machine learning. Okay, as and when the time permits and what are the applications that we could do it on, and we'll be start working on with that. All right. So happy to see you all here today. So during the end of the session, we are going to have a live quiz. Okay, from the talk. Okay, from the talk that I'm going to give, and what are the experiences that we are going to share off with. So at the end of the talk, while we play the live quiz, it's a very simple multiple choice question, and that will define who will be the winner for the day. All right, so here we are going to start off with. I'll share my screen. You can tell whether you're able to see in my screen. Okay. So during the session here and there, I'll be asking questions. You can give your responses on chat. Whether you're able to see my screen, you can unmute and speak. Yes, no, no, yes. You can unmute and speak. Yes, you're able to see. Okay. Once again, I would like to thank the Department of Computer Science and Engineering for having invited me to give the talk on machine learning model. Okay. Okay, what is data science? Okay, we are going to start with the introduction of data science. When you say, for example, I just asked you all a very simple question. Okay, I asked you all a very, very simple question. How are you today? Okay, a few of you answered. Okay, fine. Okay, you can keep your mics on mute only if it is necessary. You can unmute. So just I asked a very simple question. How are you today? A few of you responded, you're fine, you're good, yes, fine. How about you? So here for the simple question, within few minutes we are able to hear, okay, we are able to hear so many responses. It is data. Okay, it is the data. How are you going to process the data? Is basically we are going to work with machine learning. How are we going to develop a model which the system is going to understand? Okay, which the system is going to understand. So when you take, what is data science? Okay, it's an interdisciplinary field.
Recording in progress.
Yes. Okay, it's an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, process algorithms, systems to extract knowledge from structured data to unstructured data, and to apply knowledge and to get insights from data across a broad range of application domain. So when you take data, say when I asked a simple question, whether you're able to hear, and you all started responding yes, no, everybody said yes, you are able to understand. Okay, whether you're able to hear my voice, you said yes. All right, so for a simple question, this much of data. Imagine, when did the lockdown start? When did the lockdown in India it started? Anybody remember the date or the month and the year? You can put it on chat. I don't know whether you are allowed to unmute. Yes. Yeah, March 2020. Okay, that is where we started with the lockdown. Okay, so I think some of you says March 21, 25, March 16, and Vignesh thought, let me be cool, let it be March 2020. Okay, so for one single question, imagine how many different answers. Okay, so how are we going to see? We have a brain where it is processing a data. Okay, and I could understand from the data. When are you going to develop a model on machine learning? Okay, machines can understand only numbers. Okay, machine can understand only numbers. Your data could be structured data, your data could be unstructured data, all right, or it could be semi-structured data too. Okay, all these data taken. How are you going to use this? Excuse me, how are you going to use a scientific method, okay, to process the data, to write algorithms? My insight is I want to extract information or extract knowledge from the data. All right, so when I ask you this question, how many of you during this pandemic time you would have bought some things on Amazon or Flipkart? Yes, no? If you have bought, what is the recent item you bought in Amazon or Flipkart? I want the students to respond a little more quicker, please. You have not bought anything, Pranav. Thank you. Others? You have 76 participants. Yes, please. Mask, shield, sanitizer. Thank you, Krishna Karthik. Mobile and Flipkart. Thank you, Karthik. Okay, let me get it some answers from the girls. Yes. Yes, please. Okay. So when you buy items, okay, when you buy some items on Amazon or Flipkart, didn't buy anything, Rajalakshmi. Okay, so when you buy things, you should have not bought now, at least sometimes before when you have bought things. When you buy something in Amazon or Flipkart, have you experienced seeing this sentence down? Customer who bought this item, okay, who viewed this item, viewed this set of items also. Have you seen it? Yes or no, or you can give on the reactions. Yes. Everybody should have experienced it, because at computer science engineers, our objective is not only to use the end product. Our focus should be how this product has been developed. All right, how this product has been developed, what are the technologies that is used inside which, all right, and what is the algorithm that runs behind it, and how it is developed. Your vision, it should be, you should be in a position to optimize it and at least make a module during your course of engineering. All right, so that what is the algorithm that runs behind, okay, either it's Amazon or Flipkart, it is called as the recommender engine. Okay, recommender engine, what it does. So when, as Karthik said, he bought a mobile on Flipkart. Say for example, he wants to buy an iPhone. Okay, so many people would have bought iPhone of the same specification, and what were the traversals of searching before they buy it. Okay, so we do a lot of reviews, search through online, get a lot of data before we place a product to buy, right? What this algorithm it does, it learns the pattern of the each and every individual, how they are moving from one object to the other object before they place the order. It learns the pattern and builds the knowledge. Okay, so by building the knowledge, every time when we use Amazon or Flipkart, an algorithm that runs behind, which learns the patterns, how the each and every customer they traverse through before they go to one point, and once it is that you're satisfied with, you place an order and you get the item, right? So that algorithm that runs behind is called as the recommender algorithm. Okay, so it could be structured data. Even in my company, I was into 10 years into engineering, okay, into academics, teaching students. At last I was as professor and HOD in Loyal ICAM. I had been into SSN and SVCE, okay, and I was in different domains, in different institutions, right? So after that, I started this company and I had internship with students. Like once a student, she developed a recommender engine. Okay, we have taken just the text values of the reviews, and then we built an algorithm that generates. How many of you have seen 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 1-star? When you buy a product in Amazon, Flipkart, have you seen? Yes or no? Answers on chat, please. Yes, thank you, Karthik. Okay, thank you, Pranav. Karthik and Pranav are the most active students now. I want everybody, we have 75 people. Okay, you get yourself involved. All right. And using the recommender engine, okay, using the recommender engine, we have made with the unstructured data of the text value, parsing the data using natural language processing, and we developed a recommender engine. So these things you would be able to do it with the data science. Okay, the three most important Python libraries, okay, that we need to use it for data science is called as NumPy, okay, Pandas, and Matplotlib. Okay, NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. Okay, what is NumPy? NumPy stands for numerical Python. NumPy stands for numerical Python. So you should have learned about Laplace series, Laplace platform. Okay, a Laplace series, Laplace platform, Fourier series, Fourier transforms. Everything comes in a header in my NumPy package. Okay, everything comes in a NumPy package. So for mathematical and scientific computations, you can use this package called NumPy. All right. For pandas, okay, for pandas, it's for data analyzing. Okay, pandas is used for data analyzing. If you're going to have a huge volume of data, how could we use it? Using analyzing of data. Okay, could be done. All right. And then there we'll be taking our data sets into data frame. Okay, data sets into a data frame. Matplotlib is used for visualization. Matplot is used for visualization. Okay. Okay, so here a visualization library that makes it easier, and here you can generate different kinds of chart. If there is time permitting, we will be taking up a data set and we can work on with that. And then the next package is Seaborn. Okay, Seaborn is also a visualization package. These are the basic 4 packages that we need for analyzing a data. It's not developing a machine learning model. Before we do a machine learning model, first we need to analyze the data and we need to visualize the data. All right. So how many of you have ever worked on NumPy, SkyPy, Matplotlib? Yes, no on chat. Okay. Many people, I want everybody to at least answer 1 or 2 questions. We have many participants here. Okay, you have not used. So we'll be starting working on with that. All right. Are you using mobiles for this workshop, or are you using laptops? If you're using mobile, you can put M, or if you're using PC or laptop, you can put laptops. Okay, thank you, Vignesh. Others? Mobile. Okay. Okay, most of you using laptops, so during the demo session, those are having laptops, it will be more useful. Okay, you'll be able to explore things. Okay, so here is what we can do in NumPy and Pandas and Matplotlib. We'll see quickly now after some time. Okay, before that, we are going to see what is machine learning and what is deep learning. Okay, so you should have heard this word called machine learning and deep learning. Both machine learning and deep learning, they discover patterns from the data. Okay, they discover patterns from the data. For example, if I'm going to have a data set of people having heart disease and not having heart disease. Okay, there will be different attributes. At the end, there will be a column called as target column, which defines that this particular person is a diabetic or not diabetic. These parameters, the person has a heart disease or not. These parameters, the patient is a COVID patient or not COVID patient. Okay, so we need to analyze the different patterns. According to the patterns that is available in the data, then along with the target, it is being trained. Okay, along with the target, it will be trained in such a way to discover patterns in data. Both machine learning, I told you the example of how in Amazon or Flipkart, you get right the customer who bought this item has viewed these such items. That is what every day the algorithm learns from the patterns of search, the different customers who comes to the net, who comes to their website and they buy buy their products. All right. So both machine learning and deep learning, they discover patterns in data. But how both are going to do is what we're going to see. Okay. But they involve dramatically different techniques. Okay. They involve different techniques to get data from it. All right, so both look same. Okay, but how they both are there. So if you say for example, this is machine learning and deep learning, both are going to discover patterns from the data. Okay, so machine learning and deep learning are both forms of artificial intelligence. Okay, both are form of artificial intelligence, but deep learning is a specific kind of machine learning. So the entire set is AI, artificial intelligence. A subset of AI is machine learning. A subset of machine learning is deep learning. Okay, both machine learning and deep learning, they starts with training and testing data. Okay, they start with training data and testing data. All right, and they model through an optimization to find the weights that which model best fits the data, which model best fits their data. So when you take artificial intelligence, machine are being to carry out the task in a smarter way. Okay, it covers anything that which enables the computer to behave like humans. Can you give any example of artificial intelligence? A machine that is capable of doing their task in a very smart way? Yes? Quick answers on chat, or I don't know whether you're allowed to unmute. Siri, yes, this is the best example of weak AI. Okay, there are different types of AI, weak AI, strong AI, and specialized AI. After this talk, I'll share my YouTube channel with you. You can see I would have given talks onto that. Thank you. Others? Okay, Siri, what it does? Okay, you sit in a place and then you set for a reminder, you ask the lights to on and off. Okay, like Siri, you've got Alexa, is Google Assistant. I don't know how many of you use your text, okay, to do the Google Assistant. Okay, you can one of you type what experience you have on Google's Assistant or Alexa or Siri? Are you experiencing it? Sophia, that's a humanoid. That's a strong AI. That's an example of strong AI. Sophia, the humanoid robot. It's done by the Hanson Robotics company. Hanson Robotics. Hanson AI. I would like the students after this talk. You can go to the website. Okay. Hanson AI. This is the website. I hope my screen is shared. Okay, thank you. Because he said about Sophia, it develops a cognitive software. Here, as students, you need to go into the humanizing the AI. What was the framework they have used? What is the algorithm they have used? See, you can see a human AI interface. It does the guesses. Okay, and what is the research that is recently going on there? See how many parameters have been taken for facial recognition, the left eye, the right eye. There are a lot of articles available. Okay, you can go. It's not only experiencing as students, you should be focusing on of how it is being developed. Okay, thank you for sharing. Next, we are going into machine learning. It's a subset of AI. I said right, AI, it's a subset of AI. Okay, and it is based on and the idea is based on we give data to the machine. It should be self-learn and exploring themselves. The same example you can think on Amazon review system. Every day, okay, every day okay, it is learning data, it upgrades its data. Okay, so it identifies, extracts the patterns from large set of data set. It could be healthcare, it could be finance, all right, it could be on education system. Say for example, education system in your college, you are into third year, so your college will have your particular department will have your marks from a first semester till, suppose, I think you should have completed your fifth semester, right? So till your fifth semester marks, and your the machine learning algorithm could learn patterns from it and figure out, and that system could say, taking your internal marks, whether the student will pass or fail, or they are on the average. Okay, that could be done for any kind of application. It could be used. Okay, machine learning. When you take deep learning, it's a subset of machine learning. So understand, an entire set is machine AI, a subset of AI is machine learning, a subset of machine learning is deep learning. Here, what is the difference? Here we use deep neural networks. Okay, that is where, so the accuracy is more on deep learning in comparison with machine learning. So more accuracy you can get it on when you develop algorithms using deep learning. So today during the demo section, I will show you an example of machine learning and deep learning. All right, so can you see here the entire set? It started in 1950 to 1980s. Okay, EC artificial intelligence. Okay, that is artificial intelligence. A subset of artificial intelligence is machine learning, where machine learns from the data. a subset of machine learning from 2010. It's deep learning where it uses deep neural networks. Okay, where it uses deep neural networks. So both machine learning and deep learning can handle numeric data and non-numeric data. When you're going to use for regression algorithms, you go for numeric, and when you go for non-numeric, you can work on for classification, identifying which object this belongs to, whether this particular patient is a infected patient or not infected patient. Okay, whether this student will pass or the student will fail. Okay, for that kind of, if you want to classify whether the transaction done on bank is a fraudulent transaction or a non-fraudulent transaction, for those things we go for classification problem. But whatever, listen students carefully, whatever is your data set, when you are going to develop a machine learning model, one thing you should keep very strong on your mind is that all your data should be numeric. All your data should be definitely numeric. And also you can work with object recognition and language translation using deep learning models. Okay, using deep learning models, it products your accuracy on developing a model using deep learning is more in comparison with machine learning. But for the basic, you should learn machine learning thoroughly, then we can move on for deep learning. Okay, deep learning is an evolution of machine learning, and only here it uses deep neural network. We do not use deep neural network on machine learning. Okay, so what it does, machine learning algorithm that pass the data, learn from the data, and then they have learned to make informed decisions. Okay, so what it does, the algorithms, they parse. First the data has been parsed and you learn from the data and you have to make informed decisions. So the best example I said, you right, for recommender system. Okay, so how many of you you see YouTube videos? YouTube? Yes, no. I know 1:30 is a very difficult time, that too after lunch, right? Okay, even though your heart wants to listen, your mind will be swapping if you have got a heavy lunch. Yes. How many of you have used YouTube in your lifetime? Okay, anytime have you used YouTube? Yes or no? One simple question. Yes. 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 So out of 70, I don't know how many people. I want everybody to answer at least for this very simple question. Yes, thank you, Krishna Karthik. Thank you. Others? Okay. So as Krishna Karthik said, when you see a video on YouTube, okay, before you want to see the next video, you can see the next video getting popped up again and again, the related videos. How it has been done? So many people use YouTube for different purposes. Okay, when they watch the video, see, for example, if you're going to see a news channel, say, for example, we'll take 3 news channels. Okay, if you're going to see about the polymer news, okay, you can see the next, the Pudiya Talamare news will come, the Sun TV news will come, it will be popping up next to next. Okay, so which means it learns the data. When people see this news, they should have moved to the next. It learns from the pattern, how users are interacting with your website, how, what is the traversal of the next video, and they rank in the video. So which path has got the highest ranking will be on to the next recommendation. You will never see the same video getting recommended again and again, only if the path ranking is more. So as students, I would like to you can also develop a website, okay, which carries not only video, any content, learn patterns. Okay, you can scrap data from the website, and you can do an analytics. And one more project done by one of our students in my company is that during the internship, they did web scrapping. Okay, they scrap data. I think he or she, they scrap data from Tutor. Okay, Tutor, and they analyzed it. Okay, during the last election in US, who won the election? Not this, the previous. Who won the election? Answers on chat, quick. Trump. Thank you, Krishna Karth. So, who was a competitor of Trump, Donald Trump, during that election time? Who was his competitor? Not now, before. Do not think about this election, the previous. Maybe you would have been into the schooling. Yes. Hillary Clinton, right? Hillary. Thank you, Rajalakshmi. Thank you. There are many students, only the repeated names I'm getting. I would like to get answers from all the students, right? So, and this is also one of the way for your faculties and for everybody to know how many of you are listening to this. All right. So, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were heavy competitors. There was a huge analytics done using Twitter sentiment and analytics, and that analytics gave that by the tweets given by the people in US. So, what would be the election result? There was a lot of analysis and recommendation system said it would be Hillary Clinton, but fortunate or unfortunate, last election it was won by Donald Trump. Okay, for doing all these kinds of applications, you can, as a student, you can think of developing an application where it does, but you should be strong in developing a technology before we build a recommendation system. All right, so you know, like how it is using AI, okay, for automated recommendation system. Okay, so ML, the machine learning models. Okay, so when you take, they progressively do better, but they still need some guidance. Okay, if an AI algorithm returns an incorrect prediction, then an engineer will be able to adjust it. But what is deep learning? Okay, when you take a deep learning model, when you take the deep learning model, an algorithm can determine on its own if the prediction is correct or not. So able to find the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning. AI needs human support. Okay, the accuracy of machine learning is less in comparison with deep learning. Deep learning accuracy is more because it uses a neural network. You know, where do you have a neurons in our body? Neurons. I know some of the biology students should definitely be into computer science. Yes, neurons. Let me see your answers on chat. Yes, brain. Thank you, Rajalakshmi. So here on brain, we've got a lot of neurons. I know you know what is called a synaptic connection. When you learn something new, your brain makes a connection that is called a synaptic connection. Okay, so I hope a lot of synaptic connection should definitely happen during the session. So it is brain. Okay, now lot. So it is deep learning is mimicking the human brain, but it cannot replace human brain. All right. So, for example, how do you find the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Imagine I've done a program using machine learning. Okay. So, when I go into a room, okay, using a voice recognition, if I say the room is dark, when the voice recognition listens and it converts into text and it finds the word that it is dark, it will automatically switch on the light, because the machine learning model is trained for one specific word called dark. If I go inside to the room, if I say the room is dark, immediately the speech is converted to text and the text is processed. During the text word, if they see the word dark, immediately automatically the light switched on in your machine learning model. All right. But when your deep learning model, when you go into it, okay, here also you have a training phase. Okay, here when you train your model, okay, when you train your model, here if I'm see my model is trained only for dark, but when I go in and say I can't see whether the light doesn't work, if I use even these sentences, your light will switch on using a deep learning algorithm, whereas in machine learning we should have the exact word dark. Able to understand it? And deep learning, it learns the pattern, okay, in its own method of computing, because it is developed using the deep neural network. All right, in machine learning, whatever we have trained according to the training patterns, it will be able to react, but in machine learning it can also incur its own knowledge. Okay, so yeah, whether you're able to understand the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. Yes, no, no, yes. Answers on chat. Quick. You're able to understand the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Yes, no. At least Y or N. Till now we have seen about what is artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lingeshwaran. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, Nishan. Thank you, Ravi Mamanika. Any doubts till now? Any doubts till now? Okay. So, how many of you have played a game called as Go? G-O. Go game. Anybody played? Anybody knew about the game? Answers quick. Kindly quickly give the answers, please. Anybody has played the game? Go, G-O. Yes or no? Hello? No. Thank you, Yukesh. Okay, Pranav. Okay. So here we are going to see, okay, and artificial neural, I told you, right, it uses a layered structure of algorithms. Okay, that is called as artificial neural network. Okay, artificial neural network. The design is like, as I said on the previous slide, it's a biological neural network of your human brain. It leading to the process of learning that is capable of more standard machine learning models. All right. So Google create, this is a game called as Go game. I don't know if even after this talk you can go and learn what is the Go game. All right. Okay. So AlphaGo. Okay. It's a Google created a computer program with its own deep learning model. Okay, with its own neural network that learns what are the patterns. If you know, how many of you play chess? So you know the patterns, right? How many of you play chess? You can give your answers on chat. By playing against a professional Go player, AlphaGo is a deep learning model. Listen carefully. AlphaGo is a deep learning model. It learned how to play and how to move to the next level using artificial intelligence without being told. Okay, so it caused a quiet stir when AlphaGo defeated the multiple world-renowned players. Okay, there are world-renowned players in Go game. Okay, I'll show you the website of it. This is the website of AlphaGo. Okay, it's a first computer game. Can you see on my screen? Can you see on my screen? Yes, no? It's very slow. Okay. Can you see? So it's the first computer program to defeat professional human Go players. The first with a, so this AlphaGo, okay, as students, our objective is not as an end user. You can see Go is the most challenging game for AI because of its complexity, because the program has got, the game has got, it's very complex program. Go originated in Chennai. You know about China, right? What we're experiencing. It has been over 3,000 years ago. This is the Go game. Okay, they are world-renowned professional players. But Google created AlphaGo as a computer program. Okay, so with world-renowned players, okay, you can go and see sometimes see how many people are watching it. Okay, with the world-renowned players, this AlphaGo program was made to play, and you know, AlphaGo defeated the renowned players. AlphaGo defeated the renowned players. So it is using the deep learning model. Okay, it has been developed using the deep learning model. So when you have large amount of data, the performance of old algorithms may come little down. But when you use deep learning, the performance is more. When you use deep learning, the performance is more. Yes. Okay, what's the difference between the two? Okay, machine learning uses algorithms, okay, to parse data, to learn from the data, and to make informed decisions. Okay, what machine learning does, it parses the data, learns from the data. From the data, we make informed decisions. But what deep learning does, it creates a neural network. It creates an artificial neural network that can learn and make intelligent decisions on their own. Okay, so that's a difference. Here we use a artificial neural network. Here from the data pattern, it learns and makes decision. Okay, deep learning is a subset of machine learning. All right. So when you want to develop, now moving on to our development of machine learning model. So first, when you want to develop a machine learning model, we need to define the problem. We need to prepare the data. We need to evaluate the algorithms. We need to improve the results, and we need to present the results. These are the major 5 steps. Okay, these are the major. First, what is the problem that you're going to define? We need to prepare the data. So when you want to take a data, it should be the benchmarked data. It should be the benchmark data. And we need to evaluate the algorithm. We have got a lot of performance metrics to evaluate. Then how do we improve our results and present our results? Okay. So for developing a machine learning model, okay, there is a package. I told you about NumPy, pandas, matplotlib, and seaborn. For machine learning, to develop a machine learning model, the package is called Skykit. Okay, the package is used called Skykit. We need to install the Python and related packages. We need to load the data set. We need to summarize the data set, visualize the data, make some algorithms, and make some predictions. Okay, so let me show you whether you're able to understand what we have seen till now. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Just open a notebook and show to you. Okay, and even before going into the development of machine learning, the first and foremost, when you want to develop a machine learning model, the most important thing is to visualize your data. To visualize your data, data visualization is more. Okay, so I will, before I go into that, what is the importance of visualization? Okay, so here is my screen seen. Is my screen seen? Can you see? Bank analysis stock. Can you see my screen? Not getting the response. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here I'm using from pandas. I told right, pandas is for data analysis. So from I'm using pandas here. Maybe I can make it a little bigger. Okay, so NumPy, I said it is for numerical Python. I want to read data, so I'm using this package called Pandas Reader. Okay, NumPy for numerical Python. Seaborn is for data visualization. Seaborn for data visualization. Okay, and date time when you are going to work with data. So this program, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to see how the stock returns are there, how is the financial strength of a bank. Okay, financial strength of bank. All right. Okay, and here it's matplotlib for visualization. Okay, so plotly and couplings. Okay, I'm taking the financial analysis. Okay, so before I'm just taking into 2 or 3 applications that I will be showing to you all today. All right, and here I'm just doing a data visualization. See here, the stock returns of the bank is the metric to find the financial health. As we see our physical health, right? How physical health, we started using, what do I say, mask, started using sanitizers or more to protect our health. All right. So this data set is a live data set. Okay, directly taken. Okay, directly taken. So from the banks, okay, from the top banks of the world. All right, using pandas data reader. Okay, using pandas data reader. All right, here since the banking industry The stock performance makes it determines the overall health of the banking industry. Okay, stock returns plays a vital role. Okay, so I'm going to take about 10 banks. Okay, the top banks: the Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, PNC Finance Services, Charles, okay, and US Bancorp, Trusted Financial Corporation, and these are the top 10 packages. So, because I've used the package called Daytime, I'm taking the date from, what is this date? From January 2020 to 1st of May 2021, I'm going to do an analysis how the stock returns of the company, because the stock returns is taken as the metric, all right, is taken as the metric that defines the financial health of the banking sector. So using data.reader, okay, data reader, I'm using this for Bank of America, this is for Citigroup, this is for Goldman, and all the banks, whatever I've given. So from the start and end variable, okay, this variable contains my start date and end date. Using this data set, I'm pulling out all my data into this variable. So when I see BAC, for example, I'm taking Bank of America, you can see dot head tells me what are the first 5 rows. Okay, if I give value 10, you can see the first 10 values. All right, so 1. Okay, I'm going to see how many rows and columns you have. Just if I give BAC, from, can you see here, from 2/1/2020, okay, from January till 34, we have 335 rows and 6 columns. So it contains only for one bank, the high, the low, the close, okay, open, the close, okay, that does the stock returns, okay, that does the stock returns, the volume and the adjustment close. So for every day, okay, because it is a value that keeps changing every day, right? So totally I've taken 335 rows and 6 columns, okay, 335 rows and 6 columns. Okay, likewise, not only for this bank, while I run this code, I get it for Citibank. Okay, so these, so for all these banks, I can show you how many rows and columns. So I'm using pandas reader. So the data type inside my pandas is called as data frame. Okay, so if I see like C dot head, like BAC, like well, the columns will be high, low, open, close, and volume. Can you see high, low? Because I'm taking the real data set. Okay, if I want to see, I can print and see dot shape, okay, will tell me how many rows and columns have been extracted from January 2020 till May 2021, May 1, 2021. So in one line, I'm going to check how many rows and columns are extracted in each of this bank, and the values will change according to the stock returns of the bank. So first, before we develop a machine learning model, the first and the foremost thing, we need to take the data and we need to do the visualization, understand what is there in the data, then we will be able to develop a machine learning model. When we develop a machine learning model, we do it with your training data set, all right, and then when we give it for testing, okay, when we give it for testing, we will not give the target, okay, we will not give the target. So by learning by my attributes, okay, by learning my attributes, my machine learning model through which I have developed my data, okay, through which I've developed my data, will be able to give me the target. Then we'll be mapping my target data with my predicted data. See, all the banks as the same rows and columns, because it has been extracted onto the particular date. Okay. Say for example, if I change the date here, I don't know whether it works. Let me see till yesterday. Okay. If it is extracting the data, okay. Let's see, the shape was 335,6. Now has it changed to 355? Before it was 335. So till yesterday's data, we are going to do an analysis of the different 10 banks and how the bank stock returns are there. All right. So I'm using a list called ticker. I'm using a variable called ticker. I'm creating a list. All right. I'm concatenating all the 10 because I had everything on separate, right? For each bank. Okay. For each bank, I had it on a separate variable BAC, C, GS, GPM, MS according. And using pandas, okay, it is a data frame. So my data could be of any type. Okay. Say for example, if I'm going to take one, if I'm going to see type of BAC, I've extract any value that you extract and pull it into pandas, it will be of type data frame. You can see here when I type BAC. Can you see? Yes, students? Can you see? It is a data frame. Okay. So every value, whatever I'm taking using pandas data reader, importing into the variable, importing into this variable, and I've got all my data still yesterday. Today is 1 June. I think I tried 31/5. Okay, till 31, yeah, 31/5/2021. Okay, so here I can do a lot of, all these are values. Okay, we can do a lot of visualization using this. So dot shape will give me the rows and columns. Dot head will tell me the rows. Sorry, first 5 rows. If I want, say for example, GS dot tail off will give me the last 5 rows. Okay, and if you want something to be user defined, if I want last 15 or 20 rows, I can give 20. And so if I don't give anything, it takes only the 5. If I give, that's a predefined value. If I want to specifically make to be 20, I can do 20. Okay. Here dot shape, it gives me the rows and columns. We have worked even with 20 lakhs of data, and here we have got results very quick. Okay, so I'm using a column name called bank ticker. Okay, columns I'm giving as bank ticker, stock info. So this is my stock information, this is my bank ticker, column names. All right, and this is first one is the banks, and then the stock information. When was it high, when was it low, when was it open, what was the stock return, the volume, and the adjustment close. All right, I'm previewing, or I've concat using concat function. I'm concating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the 10 bank datas. Okay, using pd.concat. Okay, I told, right, what is pandas. Okay, it's a powerful data analysis. Okay, it's a powerful data analysis for all and manipulation. Okay, for data analysis and manipulation, we use pandas. Okay, we use pandas. You can see here what pandas is used for. Okay, and how are we here, even with missing values, it cannot work. So here it have a lot of functions to find whether we have missing values. All right, and whatever is your data set, it could be CSV, it could be Excel file, it could be tab separated, it could be from your HDF. I don't know whether you have learned about big data analytics, Hadoop. All right, so that also you can take it. So listen to the talk carefully. At the end, we are going to have a game that we are going to play. All right. So I've concatenated all the 10 banks into one variable called as bank stock. Okay, using pd.concat. Can you see here? Can you see for the first bank, second, third, the end of the bank? So I'm going to see a visualization. What is the metrics I've taken? Let me hear from one of the students. The metric taken is stock returns. Okay, the metric taken is stock returns. You're there with me? A good time, that is 2:30. Okay, from 3:35 it will become 3:55 because I've changed it. Okay, what are the number of columns? Bank stock has got this column and high low for all the 10 banks. It has been concatenated. Okay, concatenated. Okay, I can also now see, I'm going to see till what date I gave, till 31/5. I don't remember. Okay, 31/5. See here, I've got 10 banks, almost for 1.5 years, data set within microsecond. I'm going to I'm going to do a map, okay, which is going to tell me how my data were there for one bank, GS close. Okay, for GS close, for GS of close I've taken, okay, how the stock returns were there, okay, from 1/20/20 to 6/20/2020. All right. Sorry, I have not changed the year. That's why I'm thinking why it is till 20. I've taken the data till 2021. Now can you see the stock returns? Okay, I want you, one of you, to answer. This is the date and these are the stock prices. What do you infer from this graph till May 2021? Today we are into June. Okay, from January to May 2021. Can you tell me what do you understand from this graph? I've just taken the data set directly from the bank. What is the stock? Because it's an open data. And I've just done a simple visualization. It's very impossible for me to go into each data and traverse through it. Just see, using pandas, very, very simple. I'm able to do a data visualization. The stock index, and only for one bank I've taken, I can show you for the other bank also. When you see this graph, what do you understand? You can unmute and speak if you're allowed to, or I want the students to give answers on chat. Quick, waiting for your answers. For me, it's working on YouTube, no? She's lost. I think the stock price from one particular date till date, yes. Okay, that is what I've taken, the stock price. When you see this graph, Krishna Karthik, what do you understand from it? Waiting for you. What is your understanding? This is more important for students. It's not only the data analysis that you do. How do you understand from the graph? Yes, quick please. Students, you're there. There is a growth price over the years, yes. But what is your understanding? When you see, I asked you the question, I don't know how many of you remember. When did we have a lockdown? Around March. Can you see around March, April, the stock price has drastically come down. It has come down. I'm not predicting. We have to develop a model for prediction. Okay, if these values are like that, how it will be? I'm not doing a prediction model. We need to do that. Predicting the stock would be done using this data set. But I'm just doing a very, very simple visualization where with one graph, I'm able to find the stock market for one bank has been drastically come down. All right. And then now it is growing. Where is 150 below 150? Where now they are above 350 till yesterday. Okay, so let me show you for one more, like for GS, we have done. Let's try for a BAC, the Bank of America. I think the variable I've given is BAC. Let's see. This is the, can you see? It's more, you will be able to see the difference. It's not the same. Can you find the difference on the patterns? For each bank. Okay, likewise, we can do it for each bank. So using the matplotlib, I'm using my visualization. The PLT is used for visualization. Okay. So here I've taken the BAC of close. Every bank has the BAC of their close. You can find the difference, how the values are here. How can you see the values are changed here? Even that bank has got a deepest price. You can see the price. Price is even more less when you compare with their stock prices. Okay, so able to understand from the graph, you need to write inferences. Okay, you need to write inferences. That's more needed for students. You can take it for any application. Okay, you can take it for any application. Understanding this is more important. So I'm going to take another variable as pd.dataframe. Okay, I'm having it as returns. Okay, percentile change of closing of each company, each of the 10 company. I'm using into this variable ticks plus this returns the bank stock ticks of close. Okay, and using PCT underscore change, I'm going to find how it was the returns on 16.3. Minimum, it differs for each bank. Okay, and for the entire here, which has got the highest volatility, can you see Citibank 0.37. So all these data analysis, standard deviation, all right, and then your minimum value, maximum value, the top and time value, it could be all done using this. All right, and now it was not April, it is still May 2021. I can find which bank, maybe it is changing or it is not changing. Yeah. So again, Citibank, you can see the 0.3884. TFC is written as 0.38197. So he had got the highest volatility, which increased. All right. And also I can do different kinds of plots. These are more important. Visualization using a dist plot. I'm plotting the density of it. And of different bank. Now I'm going to see it by 2020 to 20. So 2020 January, how my stock pricing was, and how my price was there in May 2021 till yesterday. So what do you infer from this graph? What do you infer from this graph? The stock returns. First we had it for individual, now I will combine for both. You can give your responses on chat. What do you infer from this? Writing inference is more important. Writing inferences is more important. Quick, students, quick. So people are watching on live. Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Thank you, Jason. So thank you, Vinita ma'am. Yes, please. Waiting for your answers. When you see this graph, what do you understand? This is more important for us to understand then that is where we do a data analysis. So when I see from this graph, what I infer will be different from what others are going to infer. Are you there with me? Are you able to hear me? What is that? These are the 10 banks: BAC, Citibank, GS, JPM, okay, Morgan Stanley, VVFC, PNC Bank, all the 10 banks. And if it is blue here, it is blue. If it is C, the Citibank for GS is green, JPM is red, and AMS is purple, WFC is brown. All right, PNC is pink, SCHW somewhere here. You can see USB here and TFC here. All right. You're able to hear me? Yes, no? What do you infer from this? The stock price over 2020 to 2021 May. What is your understanding? Are you able to hear? Can you see? I could see people, but I don't know whether you're able to hear, you're not able to hear. Responses on chat, please. Hello, everybody, you're there. Many students are here. Sharad, Pavitra, Harish, Aravind, Abhirami, Shravan, Yukesh. So what you have to find, that is more important. The GS has got the highest stock, and when you see other banks everywhere, for everyone on May there was, last March there was a decline, but still some banks were not able to survey more, but some were able to survey, and GS was on the top. So the value of returns is between 200 to 300. Other banks it is 3. You should have seen it when I ran for Citibank separately and also GS separately. Can you see when it is for GS, it is from 150 to 350. But when you see for this is what for Bank of America, it was 20 to 40. Able to understand the 15 days, how it moves, and how it was there on the BAC close. Able to understand, students, the power of data visualization? Yes, no? I'm not getting response. They're able to hear me or not? Thank you. What's your name? I'm Batman. Can I know your name, please? I can't call you Batman, right? Your name on chat, please. Let me get your name. Yes, others, what are you doing? Are you opening it up and sleeping, or you're listening or trying to understand? Hello? Yes? Yes, no, no, yes? So you're able to understand how visualization does, but whatever, if I show only one, we work with hands-on, you will have the experience of doing it. All right. And so we have seen about how to use SciPy, Matplotlib. We have not gone into a SciKids Learn. Okay, before that, I will show you how for a breast cancer data set visualization has been done. Okay, here I'm using a benchmark data set, okay, of it is from UCI machine learning repository that has been taken. Thank you, Pranav. Thank you for responding that you can understand. Karthik. Okay. What about others? Kindly respond, please. I hope if you're not able to unmute also, it's okay. You can give your responses on the chat. All right. Okay, so this is a benchmark data set of a breast cancer. Okay, M says it's malignant, which means the person is cancerous, and B is benign, the person is not cancerous. The metrics taken are radius mean, texture mean, perimeter mean, area mean, compactness, concavity, concave points is taken by the doctors. Again, mean, SC stands for standard, error, again it takes the 10 variables and then the worst of it. Okay, this is a benchmark data set. Okay, so I'm taking my data set which is of a CSV file. Okay, I'm putting into the variable called data. So totally I have 569 rows and 33 columns. I said whatever is my data type, okay, that I've taken it. All right, and then when I push it out, it will be of the data type pandas. Pandas as the data type data frame. So these are the first 10 datas. All right, and then this is the tail. That is what I showed you, the visualization. Okay, what D types tell me what is my data type of each of the variable. D types tells me what is the data type of each of the variable, and then data.access. All right, and so here it's only two-dimensional data. It's just a two-dimensional data, and then here I'm printing the values. So my entire data set was CSV, but it's comma separated values I put into the data frame. Okay, but my values that are inside my data frame carries numpy. Okay, it carries numpy. Listen carefully. Listen very carefully. I had my CSV file. I pulled it out using my pandas. So my data type of pandas is data frame, but my values that are inside my pandas is of the type numpy. So here you can see it's numpy. You understand what is numpy, right? It stands for numerical Python. NumPy stands for numerical Python. These are the values. Totally, we have two dimensions, and the shape, size, it's the multiplication of rows and columns. Rows and columns. Even when you work with image processing, okay, it is also taken as a NumPy array. It is also taken as a NumPy array. By the following week, we are organizing a workshop of image analytics, right from scratch, how to take a data set, how to visualize the data, how to detect a disease from a image. So anybody interested, you can visit our website, which is www.cirf.co.in. All right. And here also we have internships opening for students. If you are strong on Django or Flask, a live internship will be given, or we train students and also provide them internship. Okay, so this is the workshop that will be, it is open for students, faculties and corporates, okay, for image analytics in healthcare from 7, 8 and 9 between 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, so we do on image operation, how to visualize. It's fully a hands-on session. It's not a theoretical session. You'll be working in par with me. I will be the resource person. I think this is the fourth set that we are running through it, and very limited seats are there. All right, if you're interested, you can go. We completed last month the predictive healthcare analytics on 1920. This is the fourth batch, okay, of that. And also we provide training for students if you want to develop a machine learning model, because by hearing you cannot do it. By doing it hands-on experience, it's a 20 hours course. Okay, we work on data analysis, how to visualize, how to develop a model, what are the performance metrics, and how to take a benchmark data set. The second batch, it's limited to 20 students per batch. We are getting the students, and we have certain seats available. If you are interested, you can join. Okay, this is the link. I can also post it. It's not a compulsion. If you are interested, some students may have a thirst to learn. Okay, if you are interested, then you can join the course. All right, so put it onto the chat if you are interested. Okay, next, we are going to see, we are seeing about how to take these are the data. Okay, so these are my data set of the breast cancer data set I've taken. Okay, 569 rows and 33 columns. All right. So data dot, I can make the standard deviation. Okay, describe of will do the information. What type of data? It is not null. What is the data type? Data dot inform, because I pulled out all the data into this variable called data. Okay, is null because if there is one row with one column, at least if it is what do I say, if it is empty or if it is missing, then you cannot develop machine learning model. I repeat it, all your data to develop in a machine learning model should be only numeric. Using label encoder will be converting it, and all the rows and columns should carry values. So during the data pre-processing, we'd be doing the data curation. Therein we clean up the data and take rows and columns only that has values. Even if you have one row or one column of one attribute, at least if it is empty, you cannot develop your machine learning model. All right. So drop dot NA is used for to drop, not if there is any null values. For this data set, there is no null values. All right. So this is my data set. This is my column. See, I'm using Seaborn. I'm visualizing my data count plot. I told these are my columns. Okay, but my target is using this values. I need to develop a classification model. Okay, to know whether this, when I give a new data set, this model should say whether this particular patient is a cancer patient or a non-cancer patient. Able to understand? So when I give this set of data, it has to find whether the patient is cancerous patient or non-cancerous patient. So my target is diagnosis. My target variable is diagnosis, and these are my attributes that will be used for testing. So these are very, very standard attributes. So from a patient, if I'm going to get these values, when I give into my machine learning model, it will run the algorithm and it will say, and it will give me a target whether this person is cancerous or not. And with the actual value, we'll be finding the accuracy of it. All right. So here, I told, right, entire data set, it is into this variable called data. This is a keyword. Okay, this variable has my data. You can see above, I would have taken the entire data into data. All right. Okay. So coming down, okay, here in my x-axis I'm taking diagnosis. Malignant is cancerous, B is non-cancerous. I'm counting the plot. So out of 569, around 200 plus are cancerous, and 350 plus are not cancerous. Okay, so what do you understand from this graph, students? Let me get your responses, please. Responses on chat. On a bright day on June 1st, that too during lunch, ma'am, after post lunch. Is what do you infer from this? What do you infer from this data set? Yes. Students also have not answered till now. Could answer. There are many participants. Kartika, Abhishek, Balakumaran, Gautam, Abhinaya, Tirukumaran, Bavitra. Yes, please, answers please. Yes. Maunika, Tarun. I've not got answers from Sanjay, Kirtivasan still now. Please, what do you understand? So from this data set, you could find the people with cancerous or less and people with cancerous or more. Okay. So I'm using a count plot of different visualization. Here I've got a palette. Okay. Malignant, they're less. Benign, they're more. Okay, so visualization is more important before you start developing. Here, I'm taking only one variable, texture.sc, the standard error. I'm using a line plot here, okay, and using the color red and the labels, and I'm going to find. So when I see here how the texture value keeps increasing. Okay, this is for smoothness. All right, this is scatter plot. And this is with the box plot. with x-axis to be of my diagnosis, whether malignant or benign, and y I've taken only the texture mean. So from this data I can find people who are cancerous, the texture mean value is more. The people who are non-cancerous, the texture mean value is less. So this is one of the important metric for me to develop the machine learning model. All right. Okay. Any doubts? Yes, please. Okay. I don't know why there is no responses. Okay. And next, this is about the scatter plot. Sorry, box plot. We have seen about scatter plot, the line plot. The next plot that I'm going to show you is the, see, this is a scatter plot of radius mean. So x-axis I've taken my radius mean, the radius mean of the data set, and y-axis I've taken the texture mean, the hue is diagnosis. So whenever it is malignant, it is not, it is cancerous. So people with cancerous, the radius mean is more, and for benign, the radius mean is less. Can you see here the variables? So whenever this is also an important metric to diagnose. All right. And this is, I'm taking only the mean. I told, right, entire data set of 30 columns, the mean of 10 variables, the standard error and the worst. Only with the mean, I'm planning to plot a pair plot. So in one plot, I'll be able to get the radius mean, texture mean, perimeter mean, okay, and the smoothness, compactness, concavity, fractal mean, dimension mean. So here my diagonal value will be the same. So here where I can find, so in one graph where there is a clear demarcation, I can find these where attributes are more important to develop. But see this variable, the symmetry mean along with the fractional, it's overlapping with each other. So this, when I give this value, my machine learning will not be able to clearly demonstrate whether the patient is cancerous or not. Okay, now I'm making my data set. Okay, I'm taking my data set, I'm splitting into two. Okay, I'm splitting into two. One is my training data and my target. Okay, I'm splitting into data and target, and then what I'm going to do, each data and target I'm going to split into what do I say, I'm going to split into my training set and testing set. All right. So can you see, this would be my entire data set. Okay, if this is my entire data set. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to split my data into my data which contains my feature, and then I'm going, is my whiteboard seen? Yes or no, students? Answers on chat at least. Can you see the whiteboard? Thank you, Tony. Okay, so my entire data set, I'm going to, this is my entire data set. I'm splitting my data set. I'm splitting my data set into data, feature and target. Okay, so my data set is my features and my target. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, so my feature contains all the features of the breast cancer, and the target contains, okay, and the target contains whether the patient is, whether the patient is cancerous or not. Okay, now moving on to the desktop here. So this is my entire data set. Okay, this is my entire data set. The radius mean, the texture mean. So how many columns I have? You can find it out here. Okay, we have 30 columns. Okay, I've dropped my diagnosis. So my diagnosis contains my variable M and B, which is my target. All right, and all my data other than the, because with the ID I'm not going to diagnose any of the disease, and my diagnosis is my target variable and unnamed is another junk variable. So I'm going to remove all these, and my X contains, okay, and my X contains, this is my X, okay, this is my X and this is my Y. So in Y I have two variables, whether it is malignant or okay, whether it is malignant or benign. Okay, if it is malignant, it is cancerous, non-malignant. So again, next what I'm going to do is that I'm going to split my data and target into training and testing. Okay, train and test. Okay, so I have my, sorry, it's not, test, I'm going to have my data train, then I'll be having my data, where it is, data test, then I will be splitting into my target train, and then I will be splitting into target test. So first I'm splitting all my features into my data, and then now what I'm going to do, see, you can see my data train and my data test. The target is split into target train and my target test. So let me draw. Okay, so entire training and data testing I'll be splitting into two. Then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to develop a model. Okay, I'm going to develop a model which is called a machine learning algorithm model. Okay, so this machine learning algorithm, as I said before, okay, it is going to learn patterns from it. Okay, it is going to learn patterns. It is going to learn different patterns. Okay, so for learning the pattern, I will be giving, listen carefully, to this I will be giving my I'll be giving my data train and my target train. Okay, this will develop, and what it does, it will learn the patterns. Okay, it will learn the patterns. How to, so this algorithm basically learns the different patterns. Okay, it learns the different patterns, and machine algorithm model is being done. Once this model is done, now listen carefully. Now we have developed the model and it has learned it learns the patterns. Once the pattern is learned, okay, for testing I'm going to give a green color one. Okay, see, listen carefully. Okay, I'm going to give my data target, or what my data target contains. My data target contains, anybody could say what my data target contains? So the data target contains only my features. Okay, on giving, sorry. Okay, this will give me a predicted output. This will give me a predicted output. So I'm learning using my data train and target train. If these features are there, if these features are there, and the person will have a disease or not. Then after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give only my feature. My algorithm will give me predicted output. That is the target. Okay, that is the target. It will give me my target. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to equalize my target is equal to the predicted output. That will define the accuracy. How accurate is my model? How accurate is my model? Okay. So this will decide how accurate it is. Okay. So this will decide how accurate it is. So that's more important. So this defines how accurate is my algorithm when I map my target train with my predicted output. How my target train with my predicted output. Okay. So I have my data set. Okay. Here I've taken a data set. Okay, a data set of breast cancer. I'm going to split into data train and target train, and each data set I'm going to split into data train, data test, target train, target test. So then I'm going to develop a machine learning model using my train. If these features are there, then the patient is going to have a cancerous or not. If these features are there, what would be my output? The data set could be it could be of any domain, and then I'm going to give only my feature. My algorithm will give me a target that is called as the predicted target. Already I have my original target. I'm going to compare both, which will define my accuracy, which will define how accurate it is. Okay. All right. Is it clear? Okay. Able to understand how the data have been split? Students, hello. Be careful, we are going to play the quiz quickly. That time I'm going to see how smart are you, who's going to win. All right. Check. Okay, so I've done the count plot I said and described, and this is another plot called violent plot. We don't have much time to discuss about that. Okay, then yes. Now I'll go, yeah, X and Y contains X contains my features and Y contains my target. I've converted it into numerical value. Can you see here the data train? X is data train, data test, Y is target train and Y target test. Using this package, it has been split up into two, and then using different regressions machine learning model, the features in the target are trained, and for predicting I'm giving only my data. It is giving me the output, and I'm going to use my accuracy to find how accurate. So 95% accuracy, the confusion matrix, all right, the heat matrix, heat map, and the classification report. Okay, these are the basic performance metrics. So now coming into machine learning. So what does this classification does? Okay, the classification algorithm identifies to which category an object belongs to. It could be a spam detection, for image recognition. All right. So for classification, I showed you for disease, whether the patient is deceased or not. So algorithms that you can use for classification. Listen carefully. When you want to identify an object which belongs to, we go for classification, developing a classification model. So for example, if you want to know how the customers are segmented, we go for clustering methods. Okay. For category to which they belong to, it belongs to classification model. You use SVM, nearest neighbor, or random forest. So whenever it is a labeled category, when you have a labeled category, then you go for classification. When you have a no labeled category, then you go for clustering. Listen carefully. So only labeled category we go for classification. When there is no labeled category, we go on for clustering. So you should know what algorithm to be used. Okay, to predicting a category, yes. If not predicting a category, just knowing the values like stock prediction, you can go on for regressions. Okay, then if not, no predicting, Then before pre-processing, you want to reduce the dimensional reduction, then you go for these packages. Okay, regression is used for continuous variable like a drug response, a stock price. Okay, so clustering, it's automatically grouping. It doesn't need a labeled data, non-labeled. I told right when you have a mall customer segmentation, you can go on for it. I don't know whether I have that program. I do have it. I have a lot of programs as I work on tutor sentimental. Yeah. So I've used a simple k-means clustering to do it. So for classification, we need to have a label data set. For now, this is for clustering. How many people are there onto the a mall? Okay, how it has been done. Okay, so I can just show you how it works. Any doubts till now? They're able to understand how we have taken a data set, split into data and target. Yes, please. Response on chat. All right. Hello, you are there. Students. Yes, thank you. Yes, Batman, your name, please, Batman. Thank you. He's very active. What about others? Karthik, Nikhil, someone? Pranav, Maunika. Respond, please. Yes. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, Monica. So you're all listening. Why to be silent listeners? Okay. You can respond. You could be right, you could be wrong. So I'm taking a data set of mall, how people. So this is a customer ID, whether their gender, okay, and then what age they belong to, what was their annual income, and how is their spending score. From this, I'm developing from this we could develop an algorithm to cluster and to find, okay, how many people are there and who is doing according to the age frequency. Okay,
Trial version.
can you see? And how is their scores, how is their
Trial
spending.
version.
Wait, what does it say? Trial version.
Trial version.
Ma'am, hello.
Trial version.
From where does the sound comes from?
Trial version.
So the gender value, how many female, as you know, more females are there into the shopping, they were less. All right. And then according to their age, how many number of customers? So 26 to 35, the more customers and they're less. And then we are able to find the spending score. So of who has got a very good spending scores. Okay. And what was their annual income? So when those who are earning more are spending less, those who are into this age, they're spending more. So data visualization is very powerful. Then we are developing a k-means clustering model. Okay, how the number of clusters. So we will be able to learn patterns from it, and then we develop the clustering algorithm. All right, and the metrics for clustering algorithms. Okay, how good is the metrics? All right, so this is about the clustering part of it. So dimensional reduction for visualization, even for the breast cancer, we had more columns. We took only the columns of mean to visualize the heat map, the pair plot. Okay, so feature selection has got different algorithm, and for model selection, which parameter you want to choose, you can do hyperparameter tuning of the algorithms, right? so which enhances. So a lot of classification algorithms are there, GLM, SVM. So how to use it, and you need to compare it. And supervised learning, so when you take supervised learning, you have a labeled data. Okay, your inputs are apple, it learns the pattern. Okay, the algorithm, it learns the pattern. Okay, so we split into training and testing, and then we develop the algorithm, then we give into the processing. Then for testing, I'm giving my training is all done using a red apple. Okay, by testing I'm giving a green apple, but also my supervised learning can find that it is an apple, because it takes the color, it takes the features of my data set. So this is a supervised learning where you have a labeled data. Keep that in mind. Whenever you use a labeled data, you go on for supervised learning. When you use a unlabeled data, you go on for unsupervised learning. All right. So coming into this unsupervised learning, this is the input data. There is no labeling. Here we had labels. Okay, it's only apple, but here I'm giving apples, mango and bananas. Okay, I don't know what is my target also. We don't have any target. Okay, and then it learns from the pattern, and it has the data. There is no labeled data. Then it does the processing and it clusters. There are certain apples patterns, banana patterns, and the mango patterns. Same thing only we have done here in K-means. Can you see what are the different patterns available in our data set? We didn't have any target. Whereas in the breast cancer data set, we had a target. So whether the patient is cancerous or not cancerous. First, we saw starting with our stock data, how to visualize it. Then we saw about the breast cancer data set, and this is how the clustering takes place using K-means. So supervised data has a labeled data, non-supervised, they don't have a labeled data. All right. And any doubts till now, students? Any doubts? You can give your responses on chat, please. Yes. Waiting for your answers. I don't know, I'm not getting. Yes, please, your answers. Any doubts till now? Whether you understood how we do our classification and clustering model? We are going to, any doubts, you can post it on the chat. Yes, please. Yes. Okay. So we started with our introduction of how to, what is machine learning, what is deep learning. Okay. So you're all clear. Okay. So any doubts also you can put, you have given no. Okay. All right. Is my screen seen? Okay, so deep learning is used for using deep neural network using Keras and TensorFlow. Keras is a Python library. Okay, so here you have a lot of algorithms that runs. So you need to load a Keras. Okay, you have to define the model and compile it. Maybe sometimes later we could see of deep learning. Okay, so now coming into computer vision, okay, it's to interpret images and videos. Okay, so this is what I told you about the workshop, right? That we'll be working on with the computer vision. How do you interpret images and how do you analyze videos like for image processing, for pattern recognition, for biological vision, AI, AR, augmented reality, machine modeling, statistics. For many things, computer vision is used. So here you extract information and you find out, okay, and you find out how what are the desired patterns and breaking images into these. Okay, for video analysis, from a video, what you like from CCTV, a lot of videos are there on traffic understanding, on which time it is there or anything. Okay, so for images and video analysis, the packages that we use is called as computer vision package. Okay, computer vision, you can use both images and videos. Okay, you have a lot of applications that you can work on with food fraud detection. Okay, surveillance of video cameras. Okay, and fusion of CT images and MRI images. As students, you should start working on developing your final project. Some of you will be working on it, I suppose. Okay, how do you do your volumetric segmentation? Okay, tumor cancer detection I showed you, right? This is with the text. You can also do it with an image. Okay, you can do it with an image. Disease detection in plants, these are the new disaster landsliding images. Okay, classification of marine species under water imaging. All right, so in all these things it comes into this. All right, so coming to the end of this talk, okay, if you want my contact details, you can make a note of it. Okay, any good student, you are into Django and Flask, there are openings in a company to develop live projects, internships, okay, that you could approach, or need a training, you could approach us. The June 5, 6, and 7 is the workshop that has been conducted, and 30 hours training. Live internship has been given on batch basis, minimum of 20. All right, it is getting bundled up. If you are interested, you can join. Now we are going to play a live quiz. Okay, we are going to see who's going to win. I will post a link on the chat. Okay, I post a link on the chat to everyone in the meet. Okay, you need to click the link and you have to give your name. Wait, you have to give, you need not download any software. You could be in mobile or you could be in desktop or whatever it is. Okay, click the link, give your name, don't just give it, otherwise it will take its own name. Okay, and then who's going to answer fast and who is going to answer correct will be the winner. Okay, yes, 2 of you have joined. 3, 4, 5. Quick, quick, quick. Please do join. Let's see who's going to win. Okay, don't go out. We have not started it. Okay, we have not started. There are 14 out of 54. 54 participants. Okay, even for YouTube live people, I've shared it, the link on the YouTube chat. You can find it out. Let's see who's going to win. We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Don't move out of it because it's a live quiz. Once you are inside the quiz, now live only you can play, after which you cannot. Don't go out. Be into that. I will start within one more minute. Okay, we have 28 people. We are going to start. All right. The first question, whether deep learning is machine learning. I told you how it goes, AI, ML and DL. Listen, read carefully, think and respond. Whether machine learning is deep learning, whether deep learning is machine learning, whether yes, 10 of you have given the right answer. Let's see who's the winner for the first round. Yeah, I could see Monica, Abhirami, Karthikeyan, Samuel. And the first place for the first question is Abhirami and she is the fastest. Second is Karthikeyan. Third is Nirmal Raj. Let's move to the second question for the day. All right. Let's see. AlphaGo, I told you about the game, right? I showed you the website rather. It's a machine learning model, a computer vision, or a deep learning model. It's a machine learning model, a computer vision, or deep learning model. Let's see, 3, 2, and 1. 28 people were there, but answered it fast. Every question has 15 seconds. AlphaGo is a deep learning model. I showed you this, right? AlphaGo is a deep learning model. Let's see, 7 of you have answered right. Who is going to be the winner? Is Karthikeyan, Abhilash, Pavitra, A.R., Moses, Hamsavardhani has given the right. And the first place is Karthikeyan and Abhilash is the fastest, and the third place for the second round is Pavitra. Let's move on to the third question for the day. Let's see. Which model, I told about different models, identifies to which category belongs to which category an object belongs to, which model, whether it is classification or clustering or regression. Which machine learning model identifies to which category an object belongs to? Yes, well said. 11 of you have given the right answer. It's none other than classification. Let's see. Happy to hear that you're listening to the talk. Yes, Pavitra, Abhirami are all given the right answer. Let's see who's going to be the winner. Nikhil is the fastest, and to the third question, the first place is Pavitra, second is Karthikeyan, I don't know who's AR, and the third is AR. Let's move on to the fourth question for the day. Which data set has a label? Which data set has a labeled data set, whether it is supervised learning or unsupervised learning? Very simple question. Which data set is labeled? Labeled data. I showed you with a picture. Yes. Let's see. Yes, 19 of you have given the right answer. It is the supervised learning. Yes. Let's see. Most of you have given the right answer. It's a cumulative mark from the first round to the last round. Fastest is Nikhil, and the first place is AR, Pavitra, and Abhilash. Congratulations. The final question. After this question, we are going to find who's going to be the winner. Let's see. Which package is used to interpret images and videos? I said which package? Whether it is Pandas, Computer Vision, or NumPy to interpret images and videos. Yes, 21 of you have given. Let's see. Yeah, it's Pandas is for data analysis, NumPy for numerical, Python for statistical, for images and videos, I said it's Computer Vision. Here we go. All right, all set, ready to find who's the winner. Let's see. I don't know. Yes, Nikhil R is the winner for the day. Congratulations, Nikhil. Second place, Hamsavardhani. Third, AR. I don't know who's AR. Fourth is Pavitra. Fifth is Abhilash. Sixth is Pavitra. Yes, Sharath, Karthik, Abhiramya, and Maunika. Congratulations. Congratulations. Feedback about today's technology talk on machine learning model by myself. How do you like it? You can give your answers and then you can enter it. You can also type multiple times. Wow, did you learn something new? Was it useful? Whether you're able to understand? You can give it on multiple times. Very good, good. Thank you. It was an excellent session. Thank you. Overall excellent, good one. Very informative. Okay. Thank you, students, for answering. Okay. So thank you all for joining the session. Learn more about, because here you can use it all industries, even for banking or finance or for research on medical imaging. Everywhere this technology is blooming up. Okay, developing a model. Okay, you can get my contact details. I will also share it on the chat. If you need it, you could use it. Okay. And any questions, you can post it on chat. Okay. And you can visit the website. And if you're interested, you can join in for the course. All right. Thank you all for joining. And over to Dr. Sridevi ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for spending your valuable time with us. Also, we are very grateful to have this knowledge workshop from your side. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome all.